This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Liberty First Credit Union. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. And by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor. Visit teammates.org today.
Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska. Hartog Field, the site of the Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championships on News Channel Nebraska. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you. And two capital city rivals clash with Lincoln East and Lincoln Southwest. Squaring off for the title, Andy, the Spartans, the two-time defending champs in this tournament. Southwest, the team that won it before. The Spartans rattled off two in a row. These are two of Lincoln's best, two of the state's best. And we're looking forward to seeing who will be the 2025 HAC Tournament champion.
Yeah, we really are. You know, two programs you mentioned with a lot of success as the last couple of years. And, you know, we get back to Lincoln East. They've been at it for quite a while now. What a tradition, and the run that they're currently on in the middle of, you could say. And Southwest, you know, the Silverhawks, they're looking to get back to their winning ways and take that championship back to the other side of the city.
We're going to jump right in and go down the lineups fresh from the coaches and the dugouts. First off for Lincoln East, Jeter Worthley leading off for the Spartans, playing catcher. Kaleo Larson will be pitching, batting second. Troy Peltz batting third and playing center field. Joey Senstock batting cleanup, playing short. Carter Harms, third base for the Spartans, batting fifth. Batting sixth, Carter McPeak, playing right field. Brody McIntyre batting seventh, playing second. Lewis Cockle batting eighth and in left, and rounding out the lineup for the Spartans, Tanner Peterson, ninth and in playing first base. For Lincoln Southwest, the Silverhawks, you have Vernon playing short, Sandy catching for the Silverhawks, Mitchell in center field, Phillips in right, Seymour batting fifth and playing third, Bolte batting sixth, playing second, Vokoun batting seventh and playing first. Olivas, the DH, batting eighth. Clark playing left field and batting ninth. And you also have the pitcher, Jackson, getting the start for Lincoln Southwest. We are looking forward to a good one. We're a minute or two away from first pitch. Don't go anywhere. High school baseball, and specifically the Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championship, live on a Wednesday night on News Channel Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Platte Valley Auto. With our vast selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, exceptional car care, and custom service, you won't find a reason to visit any other dealership. And by Nutrien. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient.
Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. Clayball Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Welcome back. Time to take a look at our school spotlight, brought to you by Currency. If you need help financing big ticket items, all you need is Currency. Find out more at gocurrency.com. Lincoln East, we are a stone's throw away from their school here at Hartog Field, located in East Lincoln. They are the Spartans, enrollment 1,526, and they have won state title as a program not long ago, 2023. They followed that up 2 years ago in 2024, or rather the year before last season, with a runner-up finish last year. So they've had a championship 2 years ago, runners-up last year, and they're hoping to do some more serious damage this season.
And looking for their back-to-back conference championship as well.
Now for the Silverhawks on the southwest side of town, as their name would indicate. Enrollment very similar, 1,558. They're the Silverhawks, established in 2003. They're looking for their first state title, their first runner-up. They have not made it to that championship game, but they have made the state tournament 10 times, including last year where they went 1 and 2.
Yeah, and they've had a fine program for a number of years now, and softball program as well. So a lot of good things happening there. Southwest High, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Moments away from first pitch, as mentioned, Kalai Larson on the mound for the Spartans. And he has a good two-seam, a cutter, and a change. Great velocity, according to head coach Michael Lanick. And he is on full rest. And, you know, it's always interesting when you get into these tournaments, you make it to the final game, where your pitching staff situation is, but they feel good about him. He can go as long as he is performing, according to the coaching staff. His last time out was last Thursday.
Yeah, and you talk to media personnel, coaches, just bystanders, fans. That's where they feel Lincoln East might have the advantage right now. Their pitching's a little bit rested. And, of course, the Silverhawks just coming off a game, 20 minutes ago, getting by Grand Island.
The semis, as the tournament format are played today. So you had Kearney and East at noon. The Spartans coming out on top of the Bearcats. And then after the noon game at roughly 3 o'clock, it was Silverhawks and Grand Island, as you mentioned. 13-2, the final in that game that just wrapped up, and you turn right back around and you're in the final if you're the Silverhawks. If you're the Spartans, you had a couple hours more rest to assess the game that was played before and prepare to play again.
And the Silverhawks did go through 3 pitchers, but very limited pitches. I don't think anybody got over 20 or 25 pitches. So everybody should be well rested. It is just such a quick turnaround for the Silverhawks here this afternoon.
Glad that you're with us for the 2025 HAC Tournament Championship here on News Channel Nebraska, live from Lincoln. 78 degrees here in Lincoln at first pitch. That one fouled off as we have Vernon leading off for the Silverhawks.
Well, he got around on that one. He was sitting on that fastball. He caught it inside, pulled it just a little bit off the third base line there. Saw Larson trying to change things up there, kind of lost the handle, just kept drifting up, and out of the strike zone.
That one's in there.
Boy.
Catching the bottom of the zone, 2-2.
That's a really nice comeback pitch. You just gave the batter something to look at up and inside, then you go down and away.
Just missing, painting the outside. Spartans fans here thought he rung him up.
That's really good discipline there from a nice leadoff hitter here in Vernon, laying off that pitch. It was off the plate.
Full count. First batter, and he goes. Strikeout number 1 to start things off for Larson.
Yeah, that was a slow rising fastball there, and you could tell it just kind of caught Vernon in no man's land, because when he started that swing, it looked like it was going to be right down the plate. It kept rising and rising. He thought better of it a little too late. We said it, Brandon, a man in hesitation. Lost.
So this is Landon Sandy at the plate.
Sandy was part of back-to-back jacks, 2 home runs that kind of opened up the game against Grand Island in the previous game here at Hartog Field. So he's got a little bit of power there hitting out of the 2-hole.
Going to be playing at Iowa Western next year. And noted as a senior leader on this Silverhawks program, not only by the play that you just mentioned, but also what he does in the dugout.
Boy, that's a big boy program there, the Reavers. And hey, you go there, you got some things working for you.
Puts his bat on the ball right up the middle, and the first base hit of the game goes to Sandy.
Boy, he squared that one up perfectly. Just shot it right back at Larson there. Larson tried to get some leather on it, couldn't get around. Right on the button.
Another great look courtesy of Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
All right, so the Silverhawks are in business, able to get one of their two leadoff men on first base here. See how aggressive they want to be early on the base path.
So Luke Mitchell in the 3-hole now at the plate for Southwest. Breaking ball inside for ball 1. Second pitch also high and inside.
And it just kind of drifting inside. Larson's had a couple of those pitches. That's going to bring an assistant coach out, pitching coach, talk things over. We're down in the count, and we got a runner on first base.
So top of the first here between the Spartans and Silverhawks. It wasn't long ago these two teams met. In fact, last week they played each other up in Millard. And the Spartans ended up winning that one 10-2, but talking to both coaching staffs, including, and first off, Coach Lannick for Lincoln East, he said that was a whole lot closer of a game than 10-2. It was 3-2 in the 6th before the Spartans made a few plays and pulled away late, but could have been anybody's ball game, and Coach Lannick said despite that score 10-2 a week ago, this is one of the top 3 best teams in the state when talking about the Silverhawks, and this is not going to be something that it will be just an easy game for them to come through and duplicate that winning result.
Well, when you're playing a couple of teams like this that are just so good defensively with the pitching and then the power they bring at the plate, you know, you make an error or two, things get out of hand in a hurry.
So 2-0, make it 3-0. That one gets past the catcher and a easy base advance for Jackson Pieper, who's again the courtesy runner.
I just don't know if Larson feels comfortable pitching from the stretch right now. See how that one got a little low where they just couldn't come up with it.
That one's in there for a strike.
Nice pitch, good location. That'd have been tough for Mitchell to try and get down and handle that. Low fastball.
(3-1) is your count. One down, runner on second. Fouled away.
See, this is when Larson's had some success, when he changes up his location. He works the inside of the plate, he comes right back, works the outside of the plate. Kind of keeps the hitters on their heels a little bit.
And payoff pitch is outside. Runners on first and second for the Silverhawks here in the top of 1.
Boy, Mitchell did a phenomenal job just taking pitch after pitch. You saw him fight that previous one off. Fouled off on the right side. Able to work a walk. Top of the first inning.
That brings Ty Phillips to the plate. Big lefty. Off speed, fouled straight back.
You can just see what Ty Phillips is thinking here. He wants to be ready, he wants to get around on it, try to pull something down the first base line, give his buddy there, Sandy, at second base a chance to maybe threaten to score, come around and score. Get one on the board early on.
Blowing inside.
Oh. That was the right idea there for Larson. Didn't miss that one by much.
Another fouled back. You know, when you're fouling them straight back, what do they say? You're pretty close to being on them.
You're on it. You are on it. But Larson with the huge advantage here, up in the count. 1-2 count, so Larson can go to his two-seamer if he wants, or he can use one of his change-ups. Off speed.
There is the off-speed pitch, but misses.
Boy, that curveball had a little bit of a late break to it, but boy, did that hang up there in a little bit of the danger zone. Ty Phillips is probably thinking, bring that one again, just bring it down a little bit for me.
Two. Larson delivers, runner going on second. Fouled back again.
Appeared the hit and run was on. Credit Phillips for getting some lumber on that. Didn't leave Sandy out to dry. Two count. Larson still has the advantage up on the bump.
And gets it in there for strike out number 2. Sits down Phillips.
Well, that's a good sign if you're a Lincoln East, if you're a Spartan fan. That was a big-time strikeout and a big moment. And you saw that movement on the ball. That confused Phillips just enough at the plate. What a pitch.
So 2 down, 2 on for Lincoln Southwest, and it's now Kyson Seymour at the plate.
This already feels like there's a little gravity to it, doesn't it? It feels like this could be a big moment. 2 outs, runner on second.
Well, the Silverhawks, too, they're very happy to have Seymour back. In fact, this is just his 3rd game back from a hand injury, and so being able to insert this guy into the lineup is something that Coach Vernon thinks and knows will provide a boost to the offense.
And he just slides right back into that 5-hole, such a huge part of any offense. And here he is, ahead in the count right away, 2-0. Good discipline up there, taking those 2 pitches.
Going outside, catches the corner.
Yeah, Seymour didn't agree with it.
This wouldn't be sports if everyone agreed on everything.
Right. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. That's behind the plate there. That's John Maxwell, and Jimmy Motes is in the middle there between the bases, and Chris Giannianzio is down there on the first plate baseline.
Excellent crew here for the HAC. 3-1 now the count.
Always good to see Coach Motes doing something other than just basketball.
If there's a sporting event going on, it seems like more times than not he's either involved in it, watching it, or coaching it.
You know, and I'm going to add him a little bit here. I was at a craft brewery a while ago, and he waltzed in there with a bunch of sporting buddies, and I'm like, hey, okay, all right.
Coach Motes, former Creighton Blue Jay, as most are aware who follow sports, Lincoln Northeast Rocket. Most recently, the Norris head coach. Coming off another great season with that boys program, as there's a grounder to second. And the put out. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on for the Silverhawks, but it's 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the first here on News Channel Nebraska.
Did you know that Teammates Mentoring is the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation? But we still need your help. Over 500 students are waiting for a mentor like you. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them to reach their full potential. So what are you waiting for? Head over to teammates.org today to learn more about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Welcome back. Lincoln Southwest now playing defense for the first time this evening after getting a hit, keeping 2 on, but not able to plate any runs. We now get a look at the pitcher, Andrew Jackson, for the Silverhawks. Coaching staff says he's about third in the rotation, but they also joke that there's a 3-way tie for their ace spot. So he's one of 3 people that they like to have on the mound. He has a fastball, curveball, changeup, about 86 to 90 on the velocity. And he's the 4th-rated player, Andy, in the sophomore class in Nebraska.
Wow.
As we're in this first inning that's brought to you by John Henry's Our Family Serving Yours.
Yeah, his fastball is definitely his punch-out pitch, but he has also got a really nice slider, and his changeup has a definite change in speeds as he wanted to. So really nice 3 strong pitches that he has up on the bump.
This is a name people are aware of, Jeter Worthley, leading off for Lincoln East. Highly rated recruit. Former, Andy, a lot of our audience will like this, former Michigan Wolverine recruit. That has changed. He's now a Husker commit.
Love that.
After having previously been committed to Michigan.
Go Big Red.
You know, he will be the second Worthley to be wearing the scarlet and cream come next season, joining his brother, who is currently on the squad.
It just kind of sounds like a baseball family. He said his first name was Jeter.
That is correct.
Wearing number 42 up there. I mean, he's the whole package. Playing leadoff, batting leadoff, taking care of the dirty work from behind the plate. That's a ball player.
It'll be interesting because his brother Jalen also wears 42 at the Huskers, and it's a ode to Jackie Robinson.
Right.
And so they'll have to maybe arm wrestle for who gets 42 when he gets there. But at least to start things off, though, Worthley striking out as Jackson sits him down.
Beautiful pitch here from Jackson. Low, right down the plate. Worthley tried to alter a swing, get down there and scoop it up. Came up empty. There's a good look at Andrew Jackson.
Something interesting about Andrew Jackson as that pitch comes across. There's a president that's been named Andrew Jackson. He has siblings that follow the presidential theme. He has a Reagan, a Truman, and a Madison.
Okay.
All siblings of Andrew. Andrew Jackson specifically. So that was a fun tidbit the coaching staff for the Silverhawks made sure to let me know about.
They're not the Duggars. They didn't want to try and get all 46 different presidents there. Or
Apparently,
45.
they stopped at 5, is what I've been told at least, or 4 rather. We currently have Clyde Larson, the pitcher, at the plate for the Spartans.
You know, and we were talking about Worthley and, you know, how valuable he is and how he has so many different dimensions to his game. Same can be said for Larson here, batting in the 2-hole, also tonight's starting pitcher for the Spartans. Boy, Jackson just does not waste any time up on the mound, and you can tell Larson's done his scouting report. He is in that box ready to go. Got around on that one.
Oh-2. That one fouled away by Larson as well as he stays alive.
Kind of a unique windup here from Jackson. Almost like he's pitching from the stretch. Just real quick, compact delivery. could see how that would help him get on top of hitters with that fastball.
Good pitcher's duel here between the pitcher and the pitcher in the batter's box.
Say that again. Pitcher and the pitcher.
Pitcher is the pitcher and the pitcher pitching and hitting.
Pitcher and the pitcher in the batter box.
Yeah. Still 0-2, and this one put in play. That is a gapper by Larson as it bounces to the fence. He's going to go for 3. Sliding in there for a triple, Kalai Larson.
Yeah, that was right down the middle of the plate, and Larson just drove that right to the gap, as you mentioned, to the fence, and no breaks. I mean, he was thinking 3 the entire way. He knew if he could get that to the wall, he had a chance. Going to have a courtesy runner for him come in here. And the Spartans are in business early.
Instant replay brought to you thanks to Mead Lumber, making you feel at home from design to finish. As Troy Peltz steps in for the Spartans.
The way that ball kind of hung up there for Jackson, it looked like he almost tried to go to a changeup, and it just didn't break for him at all. Just kind of hung up in the strike zone, and you can't do that against a hitter like Larson.
Peltz, also an Iowa Western commit. That one inside jammed him.
And Iowa Western, for folks that don't know, that is a factory for D1 baseball players. I mean, you go there, you put in a year, maybe 2, and you're on your way to a Big Ten or an SEC school. I mean, it's pretty amazing what they've been able to build over the years at IWCC.
And he's showing why he'll be playing at Iowa Western, puts his bat on the ball. And you have the runner come across to score. Dele Odolate, the courtesy runner, makes it 1-0.
And that is Peltz just understanding the situation, getting Lumber on the ball, and driving it over and out of the infield. Got that ribby, got that first run on the board, opened things up here for the Spartans. Just a fantastic, fantastic piece of hitting.
Now it's Joey Senstock, cleanup batter in there for the Spartans.
Just a little high. And there you see Senstock showing you some of his discipline at the plate. Sometimes those cleanup hitters, they get something high like that, they're going to take a hack.
Senstock also a Husker commit along with Worthley. And coaching staff telling us, too, he has a draft option as well out there potentially. So highly touted players, Senstock.
My goodness. Kind of selfishly, I hope he doesn't go in the first, 4 rounds. I want him to be a Husker.
Right, stay here for a little while. One just outside. That one in there. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Hitters count, got 1 runner on.
That one drifting out of play near right field.
Boy, and you could tell Senstock was sitting on it. He was waiting for that. Fastball just a little bit outside, couldn't pull it enough.
Full count. Pick move back over. And Senstock, little hopper to short. And you have the put out at second.
Yeah, good hustle. Motoring down the first baseline there, that little bit of a chopper took a little too much time finding its way to the shortstop for the Silverhawks to really make a play on the double play here. But nice job securing that first out, the lead base runner. And it's the second out. I was just mentioning that get that first out, get that lead runner above and beyond.
And now Carter Harms steps in that 5-hole. We're just going down the list. SDSU, that's where Carter will be next year. South Dakota State, not far from here.
Not San Diego?
Not San Diego,
Okay.
South Dakota. San Diego's also nice.
Yeah. I like the Jackrabbits, so.
Can't blame you there.
Big fan of Brookings.
Metropolis of the northern central part of the country. 0-2 here to Harms.
Boy, and that's something that these Spartan hitters have done consistently, is get ahead in the count.
One high. In the dirt. Allows Senstock to advance to second.
I was going to have a little bit of a meeting here between the coaches and Harms. Also going to have a pitcher-catcher discussion there for the Silverhawks, so everybody getting a little time out here. But that was interesting. Harms went and got his wrist piece with the plays on it, you know, so coaches might be thinking they're going to send him a signal here with that runner on second base and 2 outs. A little sportsmanship, gamesmanship being played here. Sportsmanship can come later, right? We got a game.
Gamesmanship first,
Yeah.
always. He looks like he's looking at the wrist. 2-2, 2 down. This one put in play and it's through. And they hold up Senstock at third. Nice base knock for Harms.
Really was able to get around on that one, send it right past the third baseman, try to make a play on it. And that was a good call, keeping Senstock, because that looked like he was going to be gunned down at home plate had he churned and tried to get home.
That brings Carter McPeak to the plate. He'll be playing at Augustana.
Okay.
Good D2 program.
Yes.
Went in there, strike one.
That's that leadoff pitch that Andrew Jackson's been looking for. Offside of the plate, good velocity, really sets the tone for the at-bat.
Fires another one in there, 0-2 quickly. Jackson gets ahead.
And just his demeanor, what's working for him, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes right back to a fastball here, shut this thing down.
That one low, and we have a throw down to second. Runner is safe. 2 ducks on the pond for McPeak.
Down in the count, and yeah, Jackson went with that fastball, just kind of overthrew it, got it into the dirt.
That one into the parking lot here at Den Hartog. But real big moment here early on in this HAC championship. First inning, but you know, you're a base hit away from making it 3-0 to potentially keeping it 1-0 heading to the second.
Yeah, exactly right. And we had the same type of scenario for the Silverhawks that didn't capitalize in the top of the first.
They're hanging off speed pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A stop today. And that one will get through. 1 run scores. They hold up the other runner at third. So one comes around. It's an RBI single for McPeak.
Another fantastic piece of hitting down in the count, able to drive that down the left side. And I'll tell you what, you watch tail end of this play, had the cutoff man fielded this cleanly, could have maybe picked the guy off on third base. And it's just those little, there it was. Oh man, that would have been a cheap way for the Silverhawks to get out of the inning, get themselves out of trouble.
Instead, the inning continues, and Brody McIntyre at the plate now for Lincoln East. And again, there's a reason teams are good, and Brody McIntyre, he is going to St. Thomas, which is a D1 program in Minnesota.
Okay.
So just noticing a theme. College commit, college commit, college commit. Look
Got
at that.
him.
And the Spartans end up coming across to score on the confusion. Carter Harms. And you go from good to really bad if you're the Silverhawks.
That's kind of a head scratcher there. I mean, if you have 2 outs, you just keep the runner in the pickle and get him out. Oh man, that's a tough one.
We saw the pick move works. You have the pickle, and then you try to go home. And
yeah, I mean, he kind of got caught in no man's land there because that was the only thing that base runner was thinking, like, I just got to stay alive to let that run score. And Silverhawks tried to cut it down, tried to get it home, just a little late.
So 1-1 to McIntyre.
Boy, and that's got to be frustrating, right, for Andrew Jackson, pitcher. Your pickoff works perfectly, and somehow the situation got worse for you.
So 3-0 Lincoln East jumping on top of Southwest here in the bottom of the first of the HAC championship here in Lincoln.
Boy, that last pitch, that was nice. Dropped right in there. But this has been the thing. Maybe the most impressive thing here is with the Spartans in this first inning is their ability to fight with 2 strikes at the plate.
That's exactly what McIntyre's doing here as he lays off that one.
Yeah, just great discipline at the plate. Forcing the pitcher to come to him, knowing, understanding that, hey, we're getting kind of late in the inning here. He's throwing a lot of pitches already to make him earn it. And we got a runner on second.
Lays off the outside pitch. It's full count.
Seeing he turned this whole at bat around. Now he's, you could say ahead, but he filled up the count. He knows Jackson's going to have to come to him.
McIntyre hits it to first, fielded by Alex Bocoon, and the Silverhawks get out of the inning, but not before the Spartans put up 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 1 left on. Lincoln East striking first here in the HAC championship. We'll be back. You're watching high school baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Get over $10,300 total savings on a well-equipped Sierra 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. We're professional grade. At Central Nebraska's premier GM dealer, Midway Chevrolet Buick GMC in Kearney, or thinkmidway.com/GM.
Welcome. Second here at Den Hartog, leading things off. For the Silverhawks, Caleb Bolte. Bolte batting .333 on the season for Southwest. Inside, catching the corner.
Bolte must be in on the play because that was right on his hands.
That is a rope through the infield. Leadoff single for Bolte.
Zenstock had a play, or made it look like he had a play anyway, the way he was able to get his body over there and extend, dive for that ball, just couldn't come up with it. Fine piece of hitting, though, for Bolte. Leadoff single.
Well worth another look. Beatrice Community Hospital on the replay.
Kept his head down, swung right through that pitch.
Alex Vokoun at the plate. Curveball stays high.
Seen that a couple times now. For Larson, that curveball kind of hanging up on him a couple times.
Vokoun right at 250 on the batting average. Shows bunt, pulls back. Still in there for a strike.
See what the coaching staff for the Silverhawks trying to do. They're trying to get that first run, trying to move a batter or base runner over 90 feet closer with the bunt.
High and inside. Now, Southwest talking to the coaching staff. Coach Verdon said we're not afraid. We're not always going to do the small ball, but when the time calls for it, we won't shy away from that.
Well, and that sometimes really separates your good teams from your great teams. Can you shift gears? Can you manufacture a run when you're just not, scoring runs? When hitting's not easy, or it's a tough day, you're, facing one of those aces, right, up on the mound. Can you manufacture a run, score through the small ball? And we've seen it. The Silverhawks are more than capable of doing that.
Two. Off speed, gets him. Vokoun goes down swinging.
You could tell Vokoun, he was trying to sit on. He was trying to keep his weight back. Just so much movement on that curveball. I saw a little hitch in the swing.
Olivas now at the plate, the DH. That's going opposite field. Has a chance to stay in. It's down.
Oh,
and foul. That was about as close as you get. That was inches away from the line. Let's see it here on the replay.
That was awfully close. Boy, that looked like extra bases, didn't it?
Certainly did. You had McPeak trying to make the play for the Spartans there and right.
Yeah, McPeak laid out for it, right? When you do that and you come up empty, that means, oh boy, the ball's by you. You got to get yourself up and get that ball into the infield.
That one inside, and Olivas wears it.
That's what you want to see from your DH, right? Take one for the team.
Can't rub it. Always nicer to it. It's the off-speed pitch that catches you.
Right. just enough of a movement, you know, to plead the case. I was trying to get out of the way.
So runners now on first and second, one out. Bottom of the order, Brandon Clark at the plate.
Yep, it hit him.
That is a tough break for Clark, who's trying to lay down the bunt.
Yep.
Hits the ball. And by hits the ball, his body hits him in play. You'll see it again here.
You know, and I just feel like that's a little bit to do with that crumb rubber. Puts a little extra bounce on the ball. Had he bunted that into some dirt, you know, that caught a little shower before the game, maybe it wouldn't have bounced up with such velocity, but that's the type of field we're on, so you got to adjust.
Back to the top of the order. Vernon, leadoff batter. He struck out. Doesn't strike out this time, but that's an easy play for Senstock at short for the 6-4 putout. No runs come across for the Silverhawks in this one. 2 left on. It remains 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second here on News Channel Nebraska.
Did you know that Teammates Mentoring is the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation? But we still need your help. Over 500 students are waiting for a mentor like you. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them to reach their full potential. So what are you waiting for? Head over to teammates.org today to learn more about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
HAC Tournament Championship here in Lincoln. The Spartans put up 3 runs in the bottom of the first. They'll see if they can add to it here in the second. Action-packed, though, to start things here at Den Hartog 2025 HAC Championship. Our coverage is presented in part thanks to Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com as Lewis Cockle leads off the bottom of the second here for Lincoln East.
Yeah, in Southwest, they've threatened in both innings, right? They've had some base runners. They've had some opportunities. Just some really good punch-out type pitches from Larson and some, cruncher type of moments.
That one low and outside, but catching the corner as Cockle goes down looking.
That's a big out for Andrew Jackson, starting pitcher here tonight for the Silverhawks. Get that leadoff guy, get him down looking at that.
Tanner Peterson now at the plate.
Peterson able to get out in front. A little bit in a hurry, a little bit by design. That's Andrew Jackson's compact delivery and the pace at which he operates up there on the mound.
Peterson batting .303 on the season. Big cut there.
Yeah, he's a big boy, so he's going to take a big cut.
He's one of the few players on the roster that they don't have his height and weight. I was going to throw in just how big he was. I'm going to guess, I'm going to say 6'2", at least 210. 6'2", 210?
That sounds
about right.
That sounds about right. I was going to say 6'3".
6'3"? Okay. I could see it. Hey, great snag by Jackson at the mound. And that's second out of the inning.
See, and that's an advantage with that compact delivery we're talking about. He doesn't overthrow. He's He's in a really nice position there. See him flash the leather a little bit, help himself out.
Top of the order, Jeter Worthley back at the plate. He struck out his first at bat. Low and outside, pitch number 1. Worthley just shy of batting 400, currently at 396. And that one, dead center. Not enough pop on it. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the second. Silverhawks make quick work of the Spartans. We head to the top of the third here in Lincoln. Lincoln East and Southwest battling for the HAC Tournament Championship.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Nebraska, it's time to celebrate our community heroes. Do you know a local hero who dedicates their time to make your community better? Someone who leads with a vision for a brighter tomorrow and inspires others to join? Nominate them today for the Community Hero Program, thanks to Medica. Each month, one Nebraska hero will be chosen and will get to choose a nonprofit to receive a $1,000 donation. Let's honor those who make our community shine. Community Hero, celebrating the heart of Nebraska.
Welcome back. Third inning just underway here on News Channel Nebraska. Our HAC Tournament Championship coverage is presented by Currency, which makes financing quick, easy, and secure for machinery, ag equipment, and more. Also, it's presented by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor, and go to teammates.org today. Landon Sandy leading off for the Silverhawks.
Boy, and that was right on time, right, for Lincoln Southwest going 1, 2, 3.
Check swing. A little bit awkward, and Sandy slides in there, and he's safe. That's exactly how you draw it up.
I guess so. Sandy's going to take the base hit, though, and you'll get on any way you can against the Spartans. Just looked like Sensac got a late break here on that chopper. And you saw the quick exchange there. Just good hustle there from Sandy getting down that first base line. Hey, and however you chalk that one up, Silverhawks got their lead man on base.
Second inning in a row, they've done it. This time they're hoping it turns into runs. Brings up Luke Mitchell, who drew a walk back in the first.
Oh boy, that dropped right in there. Great movement on that one.
Move over.
Yeah, Larson's keeping his eye on Sandy. Gone over there a couple times now. But if, you're early in the game, down 3 runs. I just don't. This doesn't feel like the spot where Southwest would want to get too aggressive.
For those just tuning in, all 3 of the Spartans' runs came in that first inning. In the second, they went 3 up, 3 down. Silverhawks with 3 hits, but no runs to show for it, and that one freezes Mitchell.
Yeah. Larson just has a really nice cadence right now, mixing up pitches, keeping those batters just confused enough. Well, you see that high looping. You know, it takes a while for it to come down, but it does.
We now have Phillips at the plate. Larson currently with 4 strikeouts. That one outside.
And Larson's not, he's not afraid to use the entire area up there. I mean, you see some pitches way off the plate. You see some down in the dirt. He doesn't mind working that location around.
There, low and inside, but not too low and not too inside. Strike on the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Really a perfect pitch to get back into the at bat. Like you said, low and inside. That's a very difficult pitch for any batter to handle.
So Phillips at the plate. He's batting .382 on the season. But in the first, Larson did get the better of him. Got him swinging. Currently 2-1 count.
Phillips has that open stance initially and brings it back in.
That's a rope, but excellent play in right. Carter McPeak all over it. Those are the worst.
Yeah, the Silverhawks, they've had some opportunities. They've put some balls in play. It's just put a ball on a rope like that and you hit it right at a guy. It's just tough.
Now it's Seymour. The 5-hole, he grounded out to second. His last at bat. That one very inside and actually got a piece of him. So now Bolte comes into the batter's box, and he singled last inning.
Yeah, he had a fine at bat. Oh yeah, just that caught the jersey.
Another opportunity for Southwest here with 2 down.
Excellent pitch there, tying him up inside on the hands after taking a long time looking back both runners. Larson just feels like he's in control right now. Oh, what a pitch.
In there for a strike. I'd like to remind you this inning's brought to you by Sartor, Heyman & Jewelers, where they have stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones. Check them out at either of their Lincoln locations at South Point or downtown. Sartor, Heyman & Jewelers, our inning sponsor.
Yeah, you're talking about the diamonds fitting, right? We're at one of the prettiest diamonds in my mind in the whole state. Den Hartog Activities Complex here, the baseball field.
It's a good facility here in the capital city. You have the Den Hartog baseball field right behind us. You have the soccer field at Seacrest. Multiple games usually taking place simultaneously. And there's one right up the middle. But good play made by McIntyre at second. And the Silverhawks once again get a hit, but no runs to show for it here in the third. Your score remains 3-0 here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll be back.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
This broadcast is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu and discover your path to possible.
For a limited time, Woodhouse Ford is offering something special. Employee pricing for everyone. For eligible customers, you pay what we pay on 2024 and 2025 Ford models. No negotiations, just straightforward savings. Whether you're looking for a rugged F-150, an adventure-ready Bronco, or a spacious Escape, the road to savings starts at Woodhouse Ford. Visit us online or in-store at one of our 3 locations in Blair, Omaha, and Plattsmouth.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third, 3-0, and Kalai Larson will lead off. If you'll remember, he tripled in that first inning. Gapper between right and center rolled all the way to the fence.
You know, both pitchers kind of helping themselves out here, right? We saw Jackson with a really nice defensive play, fielding the ground ball, and then Larson, of course, doing it with the lumber, that opening inning triple. Showing you the pop.
It's his second triple of the season. He's batting .450. And there's another one that's going to find the gap and roll to the fence. I don't think he'll have a triple this time, but he'll take the double. Stand-up double for Larson.
You know, and if you're going to make a fashion statement like that and wear, you know, hot pink batting gloves, you better come through. You know, you better back that up. And I would say Larson's not going to catch any guff from the dugout this afternoon.
I think coaches might say, hey, everyone gets hot pink batting gloves.
He's going to turn the whole thing around, yeah.
2 for 2 for the sophomore, a triple and a double.
Boy, and both at bats, just crushing the baseball, sending it all the way to the wall.
So delay, Odolate, courtesy running. And just like the last time Larson hit that triple, he came around to score. He's hoping to do it again here. Peltz at the plate. He had the RBI single that brought Odolate home, that started the scoring for the Spartans back in the first.
Ouch.
And that one off of Peltz.
You know, that's kind of been a linchpin of this Spartan squad, you know, not just this season, past couple of seasons, but they get on you early. You know, jumping out to that 3-0 lead, that allows you to play a little bit looser. Doesn't feel that the weight isn't there at every at-bat kind of mounting on you when you're still looking at a goose egg, you know, as the innings kind of pile on. Just kind of helps your mindset a little bit. And this is not the spot you want to be. Send stock, strolling up to the plate.
Yeah,
no outs and a runner on second.
Yeah, you have 2 on, no outs, like you mentioned. Now you're getting into the meat of the lineup, and that's exactly why we're having a meeting at the mound here. Coach Vernon wants to talk some things out with his pitcher. See what the plan is. We're glad you're with us here in Lincoln Spring Sports. The first of 3 HAC championships we'll be televising over this week and next. We start things off with baseball, obviously, tonight, and then we have the girls' soccer a week from today, and the boys' soccer to follow. So next Wednesday's girls, Thursday's boys' soccer, all 3 HAC championships here on NCN. And it sort of rounds out the theme of partnering with this conference, televising volleyball tournament championship and the 2 boys and girls basketball championships, and baseball and soccer. It's well represented conference of all of the Lincoln schools outside of Pius, and then all of the big cities surrounding.
Columbus, right?
Yep.
Fremont, Grand Island,
Norfolk, Kearney.
Quite the conference.
So we're going to keep Jackson in for the time being as he faces Senstock, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the first.
I just get the feeling that the Staff was probably saying, Jackson, if you're going to miss low. We want this ball on the ground.
Oh, that is deep, but not deep enough. Catch is made. Odolate will tag.
Still advance the runner here, only one out. Say Senstock did his job.
Great job there by Luke Mitchell to track and make the catch. Instant replay brought to you by Meade Lumber and Beatrice Community Hospital.
You know, and I made mention right before he drove that one deep, you know, keep it low, and I think it was low. You saw a little bit of a loop in that swing. That's probably what put that much lift on it, allowed for the center fielder to get underneath of it. Had that been belt high, who knows? It still might be in the air.
Coach Mitchell Vernon, 8th year with the Silverhawks program. As Harms is next up for Lincoln East. And Jackson looks like he's still going to stay on the mound. Well, now Coach Mitchell is coming back out.
Harms has a big old grin on his face as he kind of exchanges pleasantries there with umpire John Maxwell. You know, that's a guy that you might want on your side.
Never hurts to be on good terms with the umpire. So they are going to do a pitching change here. Jackson is evening is through after 2 1/3 innings. So we'll take a break here. 3-0 your score at Hartog Field. Lincoln East leading Lincoln Southwest in the HAC Tournament Championship.
Spring is here. For farmers, making safety a priority this planting season can be the difference between life and death. Always look out for power lines before exiting the cab, when loading and transporting machinery, and when raising or unfolding equipment. Keep equipment at least 20 feet from power lines and use a spotter when possible. Be aware of what's overhead. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Get over $10,300 total savings on a well-equipped Sierra 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. We are professional grade at Central Nebraska's premier GM dealer, Midway Chevrolet Buick GMC in Kearney, or thinkmidway.com/GM.
New pitcher on the mound for the Silverhawks. It is Lincoln Dush. 4.12 ERA. This is his 5th appearance this season for the Silverhawks after Jackson's evening comes to an end.
Going to give the batters a much different look, though. As you mentioned, a lefty. Guessing there's a little bit more action to his windup, as Jackson was just so compact with his delivery.
He's facing Harms, who puts barrel on it.
Oh.
And it ends up with an out. 5-4 put out, so.
Wow, what a play by Mitchell, able to scoop that one up off the turf, get it over to second base.
Yeah, Seymour stuck with it.
Harms still gets his ribby. Ultimately puts the Spartans up by 4-0.
That one's drifting to right. Catch is made by Phillips.
Excellent job, Phillips, keeping his eye on the ball here. And that ball was in the air for a long time, and it was in the sun a little bit there. You see the sunglasses on. Fantastic job keeping his eyes on it, tracking it down.
So Lincoln East adds another to their total. 4-0 your score as we head to the 4th here on News Channel Nebraska.
Did you know that Teammates Mentoring is the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation? But we still need your help. Over 500 students are waiting for a mentor like you. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them to reach their full potential. So what are you waiting for? Head over to teammates.org today to learn more about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Welcome back here to Hartog Field. 4-0 Lincoln East leading Lincoln Southwest. Brandon Axbett, Andy Klassen with you here on News Channel Nebraska. This inning, it's brought to you by Husker Rehab, where they treat the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Husker Rehab. As Alex Vokoun leads things off here in the top of the fourth.
That opening pitch was a little bit of an off-speed, hung up there again for Larson. He hasn't had to pay the price for having those, whether it's his changeup or curveball, hanging up high in the zone on him. Comes back with a fastball. Vokoun just off of it.
The Silverhawks, they've had a hit every inning. They have 3 of them, but just haven't been able to come up with that next big hit to manufacture a run.
Yeah,
up to this point.
You said it. They've been threatening, each and every inning.
That one catches the outside corner. Fouled out of play, but Vokoun stays alive. He went down swinging back in the second, adding .250 on the season.
Like that choice there from Larson. 2-2 count. He attacked with the fastball.
That one high and outside for a ball makes it a full count. This one in play, a chopper. And well done by the third baseman, Carter Harms.
Did you see that exchange from glove to hand? They got him listed as a second baseman. I know he can play short as well. That's an accomplished infielder right there.
Made that look way too easy.
Quick hands.
Olivas at the plate, breaking ball in there. Strike one.
This feels like a setup pitch, doesn't it? Larson likes to open up with that changeup first pitch. Seen it a couple times now.
Breaking ball this time too far outside. Just missing. 2-1.
Worthley does a really nice job, the catcher, squaring that back up, bringing that in. That might have been a little lower and outside than what he presented the umpire.
Well, 3-1 here for Olivas.
Ouch.
That is the third batter that Larson has plunked.
And he has just so much motion on a couple of his pitches. I guess that's something you just have to live with. And wasn't that a 3-0?
3-1. 3-1.
Olivas, you're going to have to eat it anyway.
And actually, Olivas, I said 3 batters he's hit. Olivas, he's hit twice. So both at bats for Levis. He's had to wear one.
He's over on the first base there, shaking it off.
And there is a rip by Brandon Clark through the infield. Olivas advances to second, and once again the Silverhawks find themselves in a threatening position.
You know, Clark's your right fielder batting, you know, out of the 9-hole there. That's a fine piece of hitting, going opposite field, not trying to overpower anything, just going with where that pitch was already kind of curtailing. And yeah, now we got 2 ducks on the pond here. Let's see if the Silverhawks can finally take advantage, get one across.
And you're back to the top of the order. Vernon, he's 0 for 2, struck out in the first, grounded out in the second.
Coach Vernon's going to make a change here on the base path. Maybe gets a little bit more speed out there.
And that speed's coming in the form of Paxton Lamprecht as the pinch runner.
And Lamprecht needs to be careful. You know, understand that we're in a hole here. And the run that matters the most to us right now is the run behind me and the one after me. You know, like, don't get that first out on the base path.
That's an excellent pitch by Larson to start things. High hanging pitch, 1-1.
You know, you say that, you want to be careful on the base path. You know, you're down, you don't want to gamble too much, but Lincoln East really does kind of lay off, you know, looking back. Those 2 center infielders, they don't get back to second base too often.
Again, painting the outside.
Excellent job, Larson, getting back up on top in the count.
Vernon's batting .315 on the season, has 17 hits. So would be a great time for his 18th if you're a Silverhawks fan. It's his bat on it here, fouled out of play.
There's that little off speed, right? Just off the plate. Vernon was just already committed. As you mentioned, did get some lumber on it, fouled it off.
And goes down swinging, chasing the outside pitch.
Smart pitch there from Larson. Very similar to the last pitch, just a little more speed on it. Went change-up, fastball, similar location. Cuts down the leadoff man there for the Silverhawks.
That is Larson's 5th victim. 2 down as Sandy steps to the plate, and if you're the Silverhawks, this is as good as a guy as you could have at the plate. So far, 2 for 2. 2 singles, 1 in the first, 1 in the third.
Also had a bomb in the previous game against the Islanders.
He leads in that category on the team. 3 long balls on the season.
My name's Sandy, and I hit dingers.
Wouldn't that be something if he did that again here? Low and inside, lays off.
That's still a smart pitch. That's such a smart pitch there from Larson. Goes across the plate, just daring Sandy to take a swing at it. And then Sandy, the discipline he shows from the batter's box, knows he can't do anything with it, takes the pitch.
That one got away from Larson.
Before that even got to the catcher, he was already kind of cussing himself out. Knew he lost the handle on that one.
I have a feeling he might fire one right in here to respond. 2 balls, 1 strike. Off speed.
Boy, and that was upstairs. That's what Sandy was looking for. Off speed got him. And we heard that about Larson. He's got a changeup.
2 Two-seam cutter and a change. Big pitch here, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Top of the 4th. Spartan fans, you may have heard, thought it was good. Umpire says not quite.
Little inside. That's going to fill up the count. 3, 2, and 2. Boy, just another one of these big at-bats here for Southwest.
Stays high and outside. Sandy lays off, loads the bases.
Boy, that was a big time at bat there from Sandy. And understanding that Larson's not scared, right, to use his off speed, to use his changeup for that punch out pitch, not just leaning on the fastball. What an at bat, loading the bases up here.
And your 3-hole, Luke Mitchell, is next up. Drew a walk in the 1st, struck out looking in the 3rd. And perfect time for a meeting at the mound if you are the Spartans and head coach Lanick.
You just feel the anxiousness, though, from the people wearing green. Yeah, we got bases loaded, but we still haven't got a run across the plate.
Well, during this break, we'd like to remind you this inning's brought to you by Visit Kearney. You can find it all in Kearney.
Umpire John Maxwell breaks things up. And it is getting a little late in the game here for Larson. You know, we mentioned how Silverhawks, they've had their opportunities. They've put some balls in play. They've extended innings. So that pitch count's starting to kind of go up here.
It's put in play. And what a play. Deep in the hole. Senstock makes the throw across.
We get this replay. Look at how he's under control and the arm strength. He's able to throw across his body and on a dime. One hop, there you go. Get yourself out of a little trouble.
Peterson with the scoop and no damage. 3 runners left on for the Silverhawks. It remains 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on News Channel Nebraska.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Nebraska, it's time to celebrate our community heroes. Do you know a local hero who dedicates their time to make your community better? Someone who leads with a vision for a brighter tomorrow and inspires others to join? Nominate them today for the Community Hero Program, thanks to Medica. Each month.
So welcome back, starting the bottom of the 4th, and Brody McIntyre leads off with a little blooper over the first baseman, landing right on the foul line. Here's another look.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate at there for Lincoln Southwest. The Texas Leaguer falls in play. And Spartans get their lead man on board.
So now Cockle at bat. Went down looking in the 2nd.
Right idea. I like that idea. Go ahead and square up. Bunt the ball in play. Advance that runner 90 feet. Kind of playing with house money, right? You're up 4-0. Get another insurance run. Manufacturer run.
It's going to be a tough one, and the bunt is down, and Cockle's safe at first.
Boy, and that's tough. And we've seen Mitchell make some phenomenal plays earlier in this game. This one just couldn't come up with it. Maybe rushed a little bit. Just love seeing that. Sometimes a lost art in the modern game, manufacturing runs, working players 90 feet closer at a time.
Peterson now at the plate. Right up the middle, and
wow,
what a play. My, oh my. Run comes across, but holy cow. Vernon somehow got it, and the flip to second. Look at this again.
Yeah, you want to talk about range. My goodness. Played that one beautifully, and looking to backhand that to the second baseman just in time. That's a big out. That's a huge out for the Silverhawks, who needed an out.
Worthley back up, top of the order. He's 0 for 2 so far this evening.
Dash doing a nice job with that fastball painting the corner, outside corner.
And that will get through. Opposite field hit for Worthley.
And that's a fine piece of hitting there. Worthley adjusting to the pitch he pretty much just saw a moment ago and just taking it to the right side. And then that brings up Larson, who's had quite a bit of success from the plate here so far tonight.
Triple, double. Just need the single or the home run, and the home run. You got the cycle. So here's, you referenced his hits. Triple in the first for Larson. He followed that up with a double in the third.
And this speaks to his discipline at the plate. That opening pitch fastball is kind of high in the zone, and after you see a triple and a double, you're thinking, oh, let's crank one out. That's the type of pitch you're looking for. But no, he laid off it, took the ball, even took that second pitch, which was, he felt a little outside.
Ahead of that one, fouls it down the third baseline.
All right, Dush is up in the count here, the lefty.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh!
Off the back of Larson, that will load the bases.
Yeah, overthrew that one. And it looked like the catcher was set up on the inside, and I get it. You're working the outside of the plate, come back on the inside, just as mentioned, just overthrew that one right into the back of Larson. And that's a tough spot. You're up in the count. Things are kind of going your way.
You have your 3-hole up with the bases loaded.
And here we go. It doesn't stop with the Spartans. They just keep the pressure on you.
Peltz, 1 for 1 today. Had an RBI single in the first. He was hit by a pitch his last at bat in the third. That one well outside. That one too low.
Here we go. Dash sneaking another one in there. Still behind though, 3-1 count.
And that will walk in a run.
Yep. Spartan's just so good offensively. Taking walks. Saw Worthy, he moves up to third base. The way he was able to just take a ball to the right field. You know, it just extends the inning.
Now it's Senstock, the cleanup hitter. Skies this one. And catch is made by Bolte.
Boy, Senstock didn't miss that one by much. Just got underneath of it. Silverhawks will take the pop out.
6-0 is Carter Harms at the plate. Had a RBI on a fielder's choice back in the third. Also singled and came around to score in the first. Right up the middle, and play is made by Bolte. Silverhawks get out of the inning, but not before taking on more damage. It's now 6-0 Lincoln East here in the HAC Tournament Championship at Hartog Field. We'll be back. You're watching high school baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Welcome back, preparing for the 5th inning of the Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. Now's a great time to talk about the Kearney Sportsplex. Andy, we've been talking about it all year. Started off in the fall in anticipation for this facility to open. It has now opened. The Kearney Sportsplex, ran by the city of Kearney, and all of the features we've been highlighting are now available to anyone and everyone, including those turf fields, 66,000 square feet, where you can do customizable soccer fields, including 3 drop-down batting cages. This is a sports destination for not only the city, the state, but the region, and it is now something you officially should check out and will probably be attending sometime in the near future.
Yeah, tip of the cap to the city of Kearney putting that thing together. Already have so many different tournaments and camps scheduled out, and you're bringing in athletes from across the nation, not just Nebraska, but that's going to be fun. I think there's with the first big event's a wrestling tournament.
Already have multi-year contracts, volleyball camps, basketball, anything and everything you can do in this space, and it is not hard to miss driving down on I-80 just past Kearney. You will see the big, huge building that says Sportsplex on it. I'd like to remind you as well, you saw the graphic. If you haven't yet, give us a follow on X at NCN Sports. If you like the nearly 13,000 who do, we tweet out our broadcast schedule each and every week. Highlights, interviews, rankings, and more, all on that handle at NCN Sports. Ty Phillips leading off for the Silverhawks here in the 5th.
He's your cleanup batter.
Catching the inside corner.
And that's what Larson's been able to do. He's been able to just find that one pitch to keep him alive.
This one well hit to right. One hopper to the fence. And it'll be a stand-up double for Ty Phillips.
Boy, that's exactly what the Silverhawks wanted to see happen. Nice job lifting that ball up into play. And looked like McPeak chased off a pigeon out there or something. That wasn't a Silverhawk out there, was it?
Helping him out. Well, the Silverhawks will take it, and they're following the trend of getting a leadoff hit. This is their first leadoff double. Statistically, they have a decent chance of plating a run here, and they need to start doing it with just a couple of innings left to work with.
That's what the odds would tell you. But they've had a lot of opportunities to scoot a runner across and just have not been able to do so thus far.
Case and Seymour at the plate.
See, the shadow is really starting to stretch across the infield. Harms, the second baseman, has moved his sunglasses, his shades down.
Hard hit ground ball. The problem is it was right to Senstock, who just vacuums it up and hurls it across the diamond for another out.
Boy, and how about Peterson, picking machine over there on first base? That was a short hopper. He made it look pretty routine, pretty gosh darn easy. Excellent job playing it off the turf. Yeah, but that arm strength from Senstock, that allows him to play a little deeper there. Shortstop position, give him a little more range.
So Bolte at the plate. One down, runner on third for the Silverhawks.
Boy, and it didn't take long for East to get those 2 outs, did it? And if if you're Southwest, you're thinking, God, we got a guy on third base again. But there's 2 down.
One in there for a strike. And that one fouled out. That one high and inside.
That's one where the batter's got to get that bat down. Have an accidental foul.
And that one is going to right. Could be trouble. Catch made by McIntyre, and coming in and sliding across is the Silverhawks.
So when McIntyre got called, McIntyre made a nice play there, but if you would have let McPeak make the play, he would have had the momentum behind him and maybe make a little bit better throw here. Good communication. You avoid the collision. I just think that's where the right fielder might have to call off his man and can come up throwing, might be able to put a little bit more on the ball.
So Phillips came across. 2 down now. And Vokoun at the plate.
Oop.
So the Silverhawks, there's the positive. You're on the board now.
Yep. Yeah, you got the tough one across, right? That first run.
Senstock fields the grounder. Peterson again. The dynamic duo with another putout.
Yep. What a scoop. Really showing you that length. What'd you say, 6'2"? We gave him 6'3". Putting it to good use right there.
Well, the Silverhawks get one on the board. It's a 5-run game, 6-1 your score as we head to the bottom of the 5th in the Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championship.
This broadcast is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu and discover your path to possible. This broadcast is brought to you by Platte Valley Auto. With our vast selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, exceptional car care, and custom service, you won't find a reason to visit any other dealership. And by Nutrien. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
For a limited time, Woodhouse Ford is offering something special. Employee pricing for everyone. For eligible customers, you pay what we pay on 2024 and 2025 Ford models. No negotiations, just straightforward savings. Whether you're looking for a rugged F-150, an adventure-ready Bronco, or a spacious Escape, the road to savings starts at Woodhouse Ford. Visit us online or in-store at one of our 3 locations in Blair, Omaha, and Plattsmouth.
Welcome back. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen here on News Channel Nebraska. Beautiful Wednesday evening in the capital city. Lincoln East leading Southwest by 5, but the Silverhawks were able to play to run in the top of the 5th. As Lincoln East will look to respond, Carter McPeak leading things off.
Yeah, leadoff double really kind of led the way there for the Silverhawks to finally punch one across. Still had to earn it, though. Came off of a pop-up, a shallow pop-up just over second baseman. Good for the RBI.
Full count off the handle and an easy catch for Alex Vokoun at first.
Now you can really start to see those shadows stretch out across the infield. Just a couple spots here and there.
That's Brody McIntyre at the plate. Our high school sports coverage is presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com as there's a catch made in left by Brandon Clark.
Club that one into left field. Just enough lift on it. Allow that left fielder to get underneath it, secure the catch. 2 hands, a good fundamentals there, Brandon.
You're a stickler for those fundamentals.
I'm coaching Little League,
Yep.
9-10-year-olds, so I'm
go.
all about it.
Gotta walk before you can run. And then even still.
Yeah.
Gotta go back
Use
to
2
that.
hands.
Yeah,
Still
right,
use 2
yes.
hands.
Season started yet?
First practice tomorrow.
Okay, there we go. We can look for updates throughout the spring sports season on how
I won't be able to help
how the
myself,
team's
so
going?
you're going to be getting it,
All right.
yes.
Good. 0-2. In fact, 3 strikes.
Yep.
3 straight strikes to Cockle, who goes down looking. 3 up, 3 down, so the Silverhawks get a run, and then they play some good defense and put themselves at a chance to cut into this lead a little bit more as we head to the 6th. You're watching high school baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
Spring is here. For farmers, Making safety a priority this planting season can be the difference between life and death. Always look out for power lines before exiting the cab, when loading and transporting machinery, and when raising or unfolding equipment. Keep equipment at least 20 feet from power lines and use a spotter when possible. Be aware of what's overhead. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Welcome back. Starting off the sixth, we have a new pitcher, Grayson Bjorkman, for the Spartans. So Larson's day ends on the mound. 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run.
Did have a little trouble, hitting batters, but he was able to pitch around that or pitch himself out of some jams. Shows you a little bit of the grit that Larson brought, and he also helped himself, what he was able to do at the plate. Leadoff triple, follows that up with a double a couple innings later.
So this is Olivas leading things off, flies out to center.
Olivas actually had to eat 2 of those pitches.
He did. He's glad that Larson's not hurling anymore.
Just got underneath that one, lifted into center. Can of corn for the old Spartans.
Brandon Clark singled his last at bat. High and outside.
Good velocity, but obviously Worthley, the catcher, and Bjorkman not on the same page. You're seeing multiple pitches getting waved off from the bump. Well, that appeared to have some late movement on it.
I was going to say that one came right in. Started inside. Good job for Clark, or by Clark rather, to fend it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one inside, and he got a piece of it, but Senstock there again.
Yep, just so rangy. And, we said it before, he just makes it look a little too easy, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. As someone who may or may not play men's softball on Monday nights at shortstop, I may or may not be taking notes. Foul ball out of play.
You want to take care of the post-game interview? Go.
Tell me about those those choppers, those one-hoppers, those throwing on the runs. About 6 or 7 plays, it seems like, where he's done something great.
Really been able to flash the leather. You saw the arm strength on a couple of them where it was deep, and he had to work to his right, throw across his body, across the infield.
We're back at the top of the order. Vernon showing bunt there before pulling back.
Ooh, that's it.
Vernon is looking for his first hit this evening. 2 strikeouts and a ground out so far. That one in the dirt.
Bjorkman really likes to hammer that fastball. He's been pounding the strike zone. See him work in that curveball. There it is.
That's pretty much unhittable. Freezing Vernon there, catching the outside corner, sitting him down. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 6th as Lincoln East heads to the plate. We'll be back here watching high school baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer. This broadcast is brought to you by Platte Valley Auto. With our vast selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, exceptional car care, and custom service, you won't find a reason to visit any other dealership. And by Nutrien. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com. This broadcast is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu and discover your path to possible.
Welcome back, bottom of the 6th. Tanner Peterson at the plate. He fouls that first one off. And out of play. 5-run advantage for the Spartans as they look to make it 3 HAC tournament titles in a row, should they win this one.
Foul ball. I think that might have caught Peterson's foot. Little gimpy here, trying to walk it off.
Went inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one just missing, not by much.
We've seen that from Dush. She's staying aggressive, really trying to work that strike zone.
Rounder to short. Nice play there. Vernon, the 6-4 put out.
Yeah, it makes it look pretty routine. Short, compact crow hop here, delivery across the infield. Yep.
Brings Worthley to the plate. 1 for 3, singled his last at bat.
Whoa.
And look at that. Couple back-to-back plays for Vernon. That one taking a much higher degree of skill.
Love how he charges this ball, Brandon, and look at him catch it off the short hop. See how his eyes are always on that ball the entire way. Gets the leather down on the turf, comes up throwing. Fine play. Fine plays you mentioned.
So now Larson still batting, no longer pitching, but he's 2 for 2 today with that triple and double you mentioned. Was hit by pitch his last at bat. That one right down the middle.
Yeah, I think that was an easy coaching decision. Let's leave him in the lineup, the batting lineup, you know.
Yeah, Coach Lanik probably didn't have to debate that one too much with his coaching staff. Don't overthink it, Coach.
Yeah,
don't overthink it.
I don't even think he really had to talk much to his staff.
We'll just keep on rolling. Chases that inside pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Little movement on the ball there from Dush.
And did he go? Oh. First base umpire says he did not. You decide.
That barrel stayed back.
Full count.
That's there, yeah.
And he's rung up. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the 6th. So we head to the 7th. The Silverhawks need 5 to stay alive. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the HAC Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Platte Valley Auto. With our vast selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, exceptional car care, and custom service, you won't find a reason to visit any other dealership. And by Nutrien. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient.
Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
Welcome back. Brandon Axbit, Andy Klassen, top of the 7th here at Den Hartog Field. We'd like to remind you to stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by KRT. And coming up during that post-game show, we'll go over our top plays brought to you by Southeast Community College and Currency, where we'll recap all of the highlights from the action we've seen in the HAC Championship. We'll also talk to our player of the game that's brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center. And Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they are your healing destination.
Coach Vernon and Lanik talking things over with umpire John Maxwell before we kick off this could-be final inning.
Sun setting here in East Lincoln, right near 70th and A Street. Iconic Den Hartog baseball field. We have Sandy at the plate. 2 for 2 today, 2 singles and a walk.
When he was sitting on that opening pitch fastball, got it, just couldn't quite get around on it in time.
Catches the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A little inside.
Outside, inside, outside.
All right. Nice job by Sandy working his way back into this one. Fills up the count.
That one low.
Yep.
Leadoff man on base again for the Silverhawks. That's what they need.
Just a dash outside as well. That was a heck of a bat from Sandy. Came, first pitch swinging, fouls it off, able to battle back and get that walk. Generate a base runner here for the Silverhawks.
Now we're at the 3-hole. Luke Mitchell, 0 for 2 today with a walk.
Couldn't lay off the high cheese.
It's easier said than done. Sits on that breaking ball, but how about a 5-4-3 double play? It all started with Carter Harms. Look at it again here.
And we've seen Harms flash the leather earlier, but that quick exchange with his hands there from leather to hand, getting that ball over on a rope to second base. Boy, in a double play, that just shuts down so much momentum, or any momentum that the Silverhawks had gotten there, getting their leadoff man on base. And you're seeing why the Spartans are looking to go back-to-back as far as HAC Conference champs.
These two teams have been the two sort of front runners the past several years. 3 years ago, the Silverhawks won the HAC championship. The last two, it's been the Spartans. Lincoln East looking to make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, excuse me, back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah, the three-peat, right?
Yes,
that's what they call that.
What I was getting at is, yes, they have the offense, and we saw it tonight, but their defense. Here we go.
Senstock to Peterson across, and that will do it. The Spartans of Lincoln East are your HAC tournament champs for the 3rd season in a row. Your score 6-1 over Lincoln Southwest. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Our post-game show is coming up next. We'll talk to winning head coach and our player of the game as the Spartans are crowned champs yet again.
When your plumbing needs attention, trust the experts at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. No matter the size of the job, John Henry's brings extensive expertise to handle everything your home's plumbing system requires. So whether your drain is clogged, your water heater needs an upgrade, or you want to remodel your kitchen or bathroom, we're here for you. Reach out to us today and discover why, since 1996, we've proudly served families as the most reliable plumbing company in the Lincoln area. John Henry's, our family serving yours since 1996.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
And welcome back here. We're going to turn it over to PA as we have our plaque presentations. And congratulations to Lincoln East being given the plaque, and again, 3rd year in a row now for this proud program in the capital city. There is the plaque. I'm sure Coach will have it with him during our interview we'll be doing shortly. Do not go anywhere. Stay with us, because we'll talk to winning head coach and our player of the game when we return here at Dan Hartog Field.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. Clayball Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Did you know that Teammates Mentoring is the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation? But we still need your help. Over 500 students are waiting for a mentor like you. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them to reach their full potential. So what are you waiting for? Head over to teammates.org today to learn more about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, Our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer. NCN Sports is brought to you by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com. And by News Channel Nebraska. Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports for more highlights, interviews, rankings, and our full schedule. Let's get moving, Nebraska. Show us how you stay healthy and you could really make a difference. Capture these moments, whether it's a walk in the park, playing with your kids or pets, biking or swimming, or even cooking a healthy meal, and share them with us. Each week, one lucky winner will choose a school to receive a $500 donation from Medica. Join the fun and make a difference. Submit today at newschannelnebraska.com and your school could win $500. Stretch Across Nebraska, presented by Medica with News Channel Nebraska.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
If you're thinking about becoming a John Deere technician, receive a debt-free degree from Landmark Implement. With the John Deere Student Tech Program, receive reimbursement for up to 100% of college tuition, fees, books, and room and board, plus a $5,000 tool stipend. Students are paid a competitive hourly wage for their work hours and are guaranteed employment at a Landmark location after graduation. Visit landmark.careers to find out more about the John Deere Student Tech Program and become part of the Landmark difference.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Head coach Atlantic make it 3 in a row, conference champions. That has to sound pretty good.
Yeah, it is. That's a really good tournament. I think our conference is really strong this year throughout. So for us to, win 3 games in 2 days is a testament to our players and how well they played this week.
You caught Southwest coming off a short turnaround there, beating Grand Island. Do you think that kind of helped you guys being a little bit more rested heading into the championship game?
I don't know. I've seen it both ways. Sometimes you just carry that momentum in, and, they were swinging the bat so well. But our pitcher did a great job. He kept them off balance, and the first inning was definitely his toughest because he didn't have a great feel for his breaking ball, but he survived it, and he just got better and better as the game went on. So, yeah, all the credit goes to him and to our team.
You got the Lumber rolling early there, able to play 3 runs in the first. How big was that to kind of set the tone here in Lincoln?
Yeah, Andrew Jackson, their pitcher, is phenomenal. He throws really hard. He's got a great breaking ball. He's a really talented kid. So for us to get going, Kalai got us going with a hit, and then Troy went the other way. Was really good to get us the lead. It let our defense settle in, and it allowed us to kind of just play our game.
And it can't feel like old hat, right? I mean, it's your third conference championship in a row, but everyone's special.
Yeah, I mean, every year is a new team, and I think our team right now is just getting better and better. So I'm excited to see, where it takes us. I think in my first year in 2019, we won the conference championship, and I said something to the effect of like, we don't hang banners for these, and that's what we want to do at East. So we're happy to win. We're fortunate to win. Mitch has a really good club over there at Southwest. We just got to keep going and keep getting better.
And you mentioned our player of the game, Kalai Larson, 5-inning pitch, strong innings, got 5 strikeouts, but also at the plate, opened the game up with a triple, followed that up with a double a couple innings later.
Yeah, I mean, Kalai's just an ultra-talented kid. He's a super young kid. He's a young sophomore, but, he was around last year, and he's just getting better and better. So hats off to him for being really, really good tonight.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations on another championship.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's bring in our player of the game, Kalai Larson. 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, but I want to talk about what you did at the plate.
Yeah.
When a pitcher can help himself out, what was your approach? Opening up with a triple, then a double, going 2 for 3.
Well, my approach was just stay hot on the barrel and keep doing what I've been doing with a right center approach and really react in. So, yeah.
Kind of explain us that right inside. What are you actually trying to do there?
I'm trying to see the ball out, and if I get it that way, shoot it that way, and then react inside and really just blast it.
Coach Lanik was talking about how you're still a youngster, right, a sophomore, but you were around. You saw the guys, their winning pedigree. How has that served you in your sophomore campaign? Batting out of the 2-hole, you're getting a lot of good things done.
It's definitely been a big part in my season this year. Just being able with the last season, being able to, as a freshman, to be on varsity and be around all the older seniors. I mean, AJ Vasco's on fire. We've seen Mason Gaines, Carter Mick, all those guys, but they've been a big impact on me from the freshman year.
You told us about your approach from the plate. How about from the mound? Because every once in a while, a breaking ball kind of soared on you, but you were able to work yourself out of jams.
Yeah, just really, when I couldn't land my breaker, it's just really relying on my 2-seam to move and stay away from forcing, because in the previous games it didn't go that way, the way I planned. But yeah, 2-seam and just really relying on just hitting my spots.
We heard your skipper there, Coach Lanik, kind of downplaying a conference championship, but it means a little bit more in bragging rights, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a big bragging right. I mean, it's a win, we'll take it. But from this point on, I mean, it's just another day, another win.
Lanik, congratulations on a heck of a game and another conference championship.
Thank you so much.
All righty, Brandon, let's send it back up to you in the booth to wrap this one up.
Thank you, Andy, and yes, congratulations to Kalai on his great performance. He's our Nebraska Orthopedic Center player of the game at Nebraska Orthopedic Center. They are your healing destination. 6-1, your final here at Den Hartog Activities Complex in the capital city. Let's see how we got to that 6-1 score by taking a look at our top plays. Brought to you by Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu now and discover your path to possible. Top plays also brought to you by Currency. If you need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items, Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com today. Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. A beautiful Wednesday evening in Lincoln at Den Hartog Field. Lincoln East and Lincoln Southwest going at it. The Spartans defeated Kearney earlier in the day. The Silverhawks defeated Grand Island in the semis earlier in the day to get here. Starting things off, Kalai Larson on the bump for the Spartans, striking out his first batter. Brendan Vernon goes down swinging, 1 of 5 victims to Larson on the evening. There's another strikeout for Larson as Phillips goes down in the first inning, swinging as well. Didn't take long for the Spartans to get on the board. We're in the bottom of the first. How about a hit by Larson? He did a great job pitching. Then he's the 2-hole batter. He triples. Gapper all the way to the fence, sliding in there for the triple that would set up the first runs of the game for the Spartans, and it would be because you'd have Troy Peltz RBI single brings the runner in to score just like that. 1-0 Lincoln East, bottom of 1, but they weren't done in that first inning. Then you have Carter McPeak with an RBI single. Joey Senstock comes around to score, making it 2-0. Carter Harms also scored as well, so it's 3-0 Spartans as we head now to the third. And who else? Larson again at the plate. His second at bat goes Gamper, this time between center and left, and it goes to the fence, and he has a double. 2 for 2 for the pitcher in the third inning we are, and a run would come around to score because of that double. It would be off of this fielder's choice RBI put in play by Carter Harms, who gets credit for the RBI, and the run scores. So it's 4-0 Lincoln East. We head to the fourth inning. And how about this shot right up the middle by Tanner Peterson? A great play, though. It was a great hit, but an even better play by Vernon at short. Still gets an RBI to come across, but Vernon deserving recognition for the dive and the flip to make the out at second. Now we have a bat by Brandon Clark to the fence. A single in at the bottom of the fourth inning for the Silverhawks, who, despite their score, they were having hits each inning. They were getting runners in scoring position. They just weren't able to capitalize. That was until the fifth inning where they would have this sac fly RBI. So you have Phillips, who comes around to score to put the Silverhawks on the board at 6-1 as we head to the top of the seventh. And this young man, Joey Senstock, Husker commit, he was making plays all evening long. That was one of several he made from short. Ultimately, the Spartans get the victory 6-1. Great defense, solid offense. That's usually a recipe for success. They hoist the HAC tournament plaque for the third year in a row, taking down the Silverhawks 6-1. So with the victory, Lincoln East improves to 16-2. Southwest drops to 11-5. And as mentioned, this is the third year in a row Lincoln East has claimed the HAC Tournament Championship. Appreciate all of our terrific work, as always, by our production crew, Danny Alvarado and Paul Hires in the truck leading the charge, as well as our great camera operators, as well bringing you all of the shots this evening. A reminder that we have more HAC Championship coverage for you on News Channel Nebraska next week. This week was for baseball. Next week, soccer will be more than likely right a few steps behind me at Seacrest Field for the girls and boys soccer championships. Girls game will be on Wednesday with a time to be determined. The boys championship Thursday with a time to be determined. But all you need to do is follow us on X at NCN Sports, where we will be tweeting out the broadcast schedule once those times are set, and we'll be continuing to cover baseball and soccer throughout the spring, with our spring coverage coming to a head at Burke Stadium in Omaha for the state track meet later on in late May. And there is that Twitter handle at NCN Sports if you'd like to give us a follow to know exactly where we'll be and when. Not only are we covering baseball and high school soccer, but we also still have 3 more Omaha Supernovas matches coming your way this week and next. And actually, the first of those 3 remaining on our broadcast schedule is tomorrow. So you're going to want to tune in 6:45 live as Omaha Supernovas are hosting the Grand Rapids Rise live from the CHI Center in Omaha. We'll be live for all of the coverage. John Baylor and Nancy Metcalf will be on the call for that one. And then after our Supernovas on Thursday, we have Good Friday afternoon baseball. Rivalry matchup in Northeast Nebraska. Columbus hosting Norfolk. That is a 12:50 first pitch. So an early Friday game in 2 days' time as well, and that will round out our coverage of this week before getting into next week, where I talked about the HAC Soccer Championships and more Supernovas. And one more thing I should mention as well, a first for us, Andy. Soccer. Husker Soccer. The spring game and the spring festivities, I should say, next Saturday. This will be our first ever broadcast where we're working with the University of Nebraska. Okay. Wyoming is coming to town. All right. 4:15. And they will be playing the Huskers at Hibner Stadium, and we will be there for all of the action as well. So a week from Saturday, tune in for that as well. Professional volleyball, Husker soccer, high school baseball, we have you covered.
We do it all, right?
And we're happy to do it. We hope you enjoyed it as well. That will do it for our coverage here at Hard Talk. For Andy Klassen, for our terrific production crew, I'm Brandon Axemet. We'll see you for Supernovas volleyball tomorrow night.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.